First Kings 1 and 2. First Kings deals with David's death, Solomon's reign, the divided kingdom, and Elijah's ministry. In chapter 1, David is an old man who needs a nurse. His son Adonijah attempts to make himself king without David's knowledge, and Nathan and Bathsheba communicate this to David, who proclaims that Solomon will be the next king, as he had promised Bathsheba. It seems as though David really didn't do a very good job of getting things in place regarding his family and the throne. David's advice to Solomon is to walk in the ways of the way of the Lord. This is the best advice any father could give to a son. David died, and Solomon ultimately killed Adonijah, who seemed to still have an interest in being king. Solomon also had Joab killed, who was a supporter of Adonijah. Solomon dismissed Abiathar from being priest, fulfilling prophecy that the line of Eli would be removed from the priesthood. Solomon gave Shimei a chance to live, but he disobeyed and he too was killed. Remember, Shimei is the one who cursed David. Thus we see Solomon establishing his throne and dealing with anyone who might challenge it. We see again the sovereign hand of God as he orchestrates his will in Israel. Luke 19:28 through 48, Jesus arranged for a donkey to ride into Jerusalem. Kings ride on donkeys, and Jesus is truly the King of Kings. But he comes in peace here to go to the cross to pay for the sin of mankind. He will come again at his second coming on a white horse in war and judgment. The people were praising God for all the miracles they'd seen, shouting, "Blessed is the King who comes in the name of the Lord. Peace in heaven and glory in the highest." Some of the Pharisees told Jesus to rebuke his disciples, and Jesus said if they were silenced, the stones would cry out. I like the song that says, "I ain't gonna let no rock out praise me." Next, we see that Jesus wept over Jerusalem. Oh, how he loves us, because the people didn't recognize what was really going on, that Messiah had come to provide salvation. He would not be overthrowing the Romans and taking over. Because Jesus won't perform the way they think he should, later these same people will cry out, "Crucify him." Jesus is God, and he is God perfectly. Do you recognize that? Or do you too have a problem with the way he is being God? Jesus entered the temple and drove out those who were making it a robber's den by ripping people off and said, "It is written, my house shall be a house of prayer." We see a clear picture of the righteous indignation of the Son of God when people make a mockery of what is supposed to be true, respectful, intimate relationship and fellowship with God. Unfortunately, this still goes on today in what is supposed to be God's house. There are those who are still ripping people off, making Christianity about money rather than pointing to intimate fellowship with the person of Christ.